everyone's favorite snack, some popcorns. Today I'm preparing caramel popcorn and butter popcorns. And let me show you how simple it was to prepare it at home. And in a fraction of a time and fraction of a cost, you can prepare a lot of popcorn. So here I'm taking a large vessel, and this is primarily to help popcorn bloom well and at the same time not pop up all over your kitchen stove. So I've taken about 3 tablespoons of peanut oil. Along with that, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of butter. This is salted butter. Let it melt and warm up along with the oil. Once it is well melted, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder. This is for the butter popcorn that I'm preparing. And I'm going to use half a cup of corn kernels. These are just regular store-bought kernels, and I've added them. Saute them for just about a minute or two till you see the first kernel pop. Once that happens, cover it with the lid and let it pop all the way. Be extra careful when you do popcorns at home, because when it pops along with a little bit of oil. So it's very important that you shield yourself from the popping vessel. So make sure that you have a lid ready. Once the first corn pops, we need to cover it and allow all of them to pop completely. Cover it with the lid, and you can notice how the popcorn is popping all over the place, and which is why I have asked you to take a large vessel. Now you can also notice that in the lid there is a lot of water vapors which is forming, and to make sure that this water doesn't go back in the vessel, just lift it maybe a half a centimeter above the tip of the vessel so that the water vapors can escape. At the same time, the popcorn is not flying out of the vessel. Once you see that the popcorns are popping at the interval of about 2 seconds and the popping has almost reduced, turn off the gas and set it aside. Here is your butter popcorn, which is ready. If you'd like extra butter, you can always melt some, add it, mix it in the vessel, and then take it out in the serving bowl. These came out really tasty, and they tasted exactly like what you get in the theaters. Hot butter popcorn is very hard to resist. We've been chowing down on them even before I can finish recording. Now let's prepare for the caramel popcorn. So first we'll prepare the popcorn. In the large vessel, I've taken 3 tablespoons of oil. I've used 1/3 cup of corn kernels, and once it starts popping, cover with the lid. I've not added any salt here and no butter. We will add it towards the end. Cover and let all the kernels pop with the same direction. Make sure once it starts to pop, just lift the lid just a couple of centimeters so that the water vapors can evaporate and the kernels can pop completely. At this stage, turn off the gas and add about a tablespoon of butter. This will melt and coat all over the popcorn, and this will also help the caramel sauce stick to it really well. Now let's prepare the caramel sauce. I've taken a non-stick vessel, and to this I'm adding 1/3 cup of plain white sugar. And when you work with sugar, you got to be careful. Use a long handled ladle and keep the flame on a medium, and continuously mix the sugar till you start seeing that the fine crystals become a little sticky, and it will very soon start melting and become honey-like. So once you get the honey texture, at that time reduce the flame to further low and add about 1 tablespoon of butter. This butter will quickly melt because of the heat in the sugar and the vessel, and along with that we will add 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. This is what makes the caramel popcorn really light and very delicious. Once you add the baking soda, you can see how quickly it is going to make the caramel sauce very light, and it will foam up At that stage, turn off the gas, pour this caramel sauce on top of the popcorns, and here is sea salt, and this will give that extra taste. A little bit of sea salt with caramel is a perfect combination. Mix all this with the popcorn while it is still warm, and initially you may think that it is very sticky and they are becoming clusters, but trust the process. As it cools, it will become individually coated and it will be easy to store and enjoy. So just take a butter knife, just break the clusters, and you can see how nicely it is separated. The caramel popcorn is ready. They are really crunchy, very delicious, and the butter that we added towards the end has really flavored the popcorns very well. So here, to enjoy with your movie, enjoy some butter popcorn, caramel popcorn, and a fun movie with your family. So give this recipe a try, like and subscribe my channel, follow me on Instagram, and let me know how these popcorn turned out for you.